I am the flame star god in the Mecha world. Chapter 31. Thank you very much. Shen Feng thanked him. Although his speed could catch up with Carlos just now, Venus's action made his pursuit successful and eliminated the risk for the smart ship. The appearance of Venus, the god of Venus, was very timely. You haven't answered my question yet. How can you not be affected by my time and space spin? Venus continued to ask. The time-space spin is one of the top abilities of the Venus god Venus, which can temporarily stop time in an area. In the entire universe, few people can resist the time-stopping ability of the time-space spin. So when you see the flame star god ignored her time and space spin, so Venus would be so curious. Maybe my strength is too strong and your time and space spin has no effect on me. Shen Feng responded casually. To be honest, I really didn't feel the impact of the space-time spin on me. Host, the system is automatically immune to the effects of time stop on you. Closing square bracket. In my mind, the voice of the system sounded, oh. Shen Feng was surprised. I thought it was because I was too strong and directly broke the barrier of time control. It turns out that the system is at work. Okay, awesome. The god of Venus smiled and said, you are really not humble at all, but you are indeed very strong. Let me introduce myself first. I am the god of Venus, Venus. Flame star god, Shen Feng. The time control effect of my space spin is about to end. Kill these lackeys of the dark star god first, and then we can talk. Good. Shen Feng responded. The effect of the space-time spin was lifted, and time resumed its flow. Boom. The evil star god Carlos with his severed head exploded, turning into broken metal and scattering on the ground. Ding. The evil star god Carlos was successfully eliminated, and the system mission was completed. Obtained system reward. Strength increased by 10%. Upgrading. As the sound of the system sounded, the blazing star god's whole body lit up with red energy. Shen Feng could clearly feel that the energy of the flame star god Mecha was increasing rapidly. The blazing star god has become lighter and more agile, but his sense of strength has become stronger. What a comfortable feeling. Come and try the power of the flame star god after his strength has been improved. Kill. Shen Feng shouted loudly, and the flame star god turned into a stream of red light, rushing left and right among the mechanical warriors. Wherever they passed, the mechanical warriors exploded one after another. In the control room of the smart ship, Lily's beautiful eyes widened. In her pupils, you can see a red stream of light flashing randomly, followed by explosion flames. So awesome. Lily couldn't help but exclaim. Why did the enemy leader explode suddenly? Also, Shen Feng's strength seems to have suddenly become stronger. In addition, is the golden star god who suddenly appeared, Venus, the god of Venus. Why? The situation suddenly became clear. With the destruction of Carlos and the appearance of Venus, the god of Venus, the morale of Gaia and Tethys increased greatly, and they worked even harder to kill the mechanical warriors. Under the joint attack of the four-star gods, all the mechanical warriors were wiped out within a short time. Even Carlos's battleship was blown up by Gaia's cannon, which hit the fuel tank. On the ground, the remains of mechanical warriors and battleships can be seen everywhere. On top of the pile of debris, only four-star gods were still standing. They are the flame star god Shen Feng, the earth star god Gaia, the mercury god Tethys and the Venus god Venus. So cool. Gaia hammered her chest and looked up to the sky and screamed. For so many years, she has been chased by Carlos's killing team. Today, after killing Carlos, she finally breathed a sigh of relief. This feeling is really great. It's so comfortable. The farmer has finally become a landlord. Let me hunt down this star god all year long. Thesis smiled easily. I didn't expect that with the power of our four-star gods, we could actually kill the evil spirit. A unit of mechanical warriors belonging to Carlos the Star. Gaia echoed. Yes. Shen Feng, your flame star god is so powerful, its power is comparable to that of Apollo. The sun star god Apollo is the strongest among the justice star gods and the leader. Shen Feng smiled. It's not bad, I don't have any strength, how dare I challenge the dark star god, said Shen Feng looking at Venus. Speaking of which, I have to thank Venus. If Venus hadn't taken action, it wouldn't have been that easy to kill Carlos. You are too modest. I am just the icing on the cake. I want to ask, why did you come to Venus? Venus asked. Shen Feng answered, we are here just to find you. Find me. Venus was surprised. Next, Gaia and Thesis briefly explained the situation. Venus understood what was going on. I want to gather the power of all the star gods to defeat the dark star god. I'm sorry, I can't go with you. After listening to what several people said, Venus directly expressed her rejection. Ah, why? Gaia asked in surprise. Why are they all like this? First Thesis, then Venus. Why don't they all want to go together? Venus tilted her head to the side. I'm sorry, I can't tell you the reason and let's go. Is it because of Saren that you don't want to leave? Shen Feng asked. Saren, the leader of the dark star gods, was once the master of the Venus god Venus. Her most powerful move, spacetime spin, was taught to her by Saren. But after the death of Odin, the supreme god of the universe, Saren started a rebellion and wanted to seize the Milky Way star and rule the universe. Venus didn't answer. Shen Feng continued, I guess you can't face the reality that your former mentor turned into a cosmic demon, so you just want to hide here on Venus and don't dare to face Saren again. Well, Venus sighed, there may be other reasons for Saren to become like this. I will still stick to my mission. Gaia then continued, if you stick to Ultan's mission, you should protect the galaxy with us. Star. Shen Feng stopped Gaia. With Venus, there is no need to say this. In addition to Saren, whom Venus is unwilling to face, there is another person that Venus is even more unwilling to face. Are you ashamed to face Ares, the god of Mars, and don't dare to see him? Shen Feng continued. Venus trembled slightly. How did you know about Ares and me? Shen Feng gestured to Galaxy Star, because Galaxy Star, I basically understand everything about your universe's star god. Because that's bullshit. This is all nonsense. The most important thing is because I have watched the show and know the plot. I know these universe star gods very well. Venus did not doubt Shen Feng's words, so that's it, you are right. Compared to my former mentor Saren, Ares is more difficult for me to face. When Saren wanted to snatch the Milky Way star, the star god of justice and the star god of darkness launched a cosmic war. Ares, the god of Mars, fought against the dark star god, and Venus, the god of Venus, fought with Ares. However, because of Saren, Long was Venus's mentor. She had no desire to fight and finally chose to escape. Without Venus's help, Ares was severely beaten and seriously injured. Finally, he was able to escape with Poseidon's rescue. Venus looked guilty and continued, in the world of Ares, there is a clear distinction between black and white, and there is no gray area between justice and evil, but I chose to retreat at the critical moment. I don't know if he will still. Will you accept me and will you still treat me like before? Tethys feels the same way about this matter. Because his former brother Panla also became the dark star god and started a battle with him. Tethys looked at Venus with a melancholy look on his face and said, when I stayed alone on Mercury, I lived in regret all day long, regretting that I could not prevent Panra from falling to the dark force. Venus instantly he felt the same and comforted, it's not your fault that Panla is like this. It's his own evil thoughts and greed that exist in his heart. No, if I could have noticed earlier and pulled Panla back from his evil thoughts, things would not have developed to this point. I cannot accept that my former brother has fallen into darkness step by step. Tethys, Venus murmured, so for so many years, I have been hiding in Mercury, doing nothing. In fact, what I am afraid of is facing Panla again. I have been deceiving myself, I am still insisting on the mission given to me by Odin. After meeting Shen Feng and Gaia, I realized that what I should do now is not to hide in Mercury to avoid fate, but to stand up and protect the Milky Way star and stop Saren's conspiracy to rule the universe. In the face of the safety of the universe, we should put aside our personal grudges. You still insist on the mission of the star god. I think if Ares knew, he would still treat you differently. Thesis's sincere words made Venus feel even more. He really felt the same. Wouldn't Ares blame himself? I hope so. Venus murmured. Shen Feng continued. Our next destination is to go to Mars to find Ares. Venus, are you willing to go with us? Good. Venus responded affirmatively. Then let's go. The four star gods boarded the Lingdong. The Lingdong slowly lifted into the sky, then sprayed flames and flew quickly towards space. The destination is Mars. Demonic galaxy. Taishu star. What? Carlos was wiped out. Solon was shocked when he heard the news. The person who reported it in front of Saren was Forrest. When he just heard the news, Forrest couldn't accept it. The evil star god Carlos is under Lord Saren. One of the three great star gods, his strength ranks among the best in the entire universe. What's more, Carlos also had a huge army of mechanical warriors, but even such a powerful force was completely wiped out. Forrest said humbly, "Yes, Master Saren, a new star god has appeared in the universe, named the Flame Star God, and it was he who killed Carlos." Flame Star God? Where did that come from? Forrest spread out his 5 fingers, palms facing up, and the figure of the Blazing Star God was projected out. This is the Blazing Star God. His specific situation is not very clear. Alistair said truthfully. There is really too little information collected so far. The one who knew the news about the Galaxy Star and went to capture the Galaxy Star was the evil star god Carlos. And he was responsible for Saren's affairs. Taishu Xuanbing was transported back from the Xuanbing Galaxy, and he was still busy equipping the mechanical warrior troops with Taishu Xuanbing. As a result, when he received the news from Carlos, it was the entire Carlos army. News of the destruction. The one who killed Carlos was the so-called Flame Star God. Saren stared at the image of the Flame Star God and wondered, the Flame Star God? Is he also one of the star gods of the universe? It's really strange. Why, I have never heard of this name. There were only a few universe star gods created by Odin back then. During the Star God War, I had never heard of the name Blazing Star God. Now Odin, it is really strange that such a star god appears after he is dead. Forrest continued, I don't know for sure, but judging from the appearance and name, he should be the star god of the universe. Quote, what I want to hear is not should be these 2 words. I want to investigate clearly where the Flame Star God comes from. Yes. Forrest responded and retreated. The next day, Forrest met Saren again. Lord Saren, according to the investigation of all the information retained by the Carlos army, the Flame Star God is a human being. Humanity. Saren was shocked. What's going on? The Flame Star God is a mecha controlled by humans, but its combat strength is stronger than the Earth Star God Gaia and the others. Mecha. In other words, that is not the star god of the universe, but a robot mecha created by humans. Forrest responded, the only way to explain it at the moment is, have the mechas created by humans surpassed the star gods of the universe in strength? Saren was a little confused. Human beings are just a kind of life form derived from the universe. How could their strength surpass the star gods of the universe? I think there is another reason. Explain. The reason why he is so strong is because the galaxy star is in the hands of that human being. Oh. Saren's interest increased greatly, so it's the power of Galaxy Star. It's understandable that Carlos lost to him. Solon is very clear about how powerful the Galaxy Star is. Otherwise, he would not have taken over the Galaxy Star even if he provoked a war between the star gods. What's that human's name? Solon continued to ask. Shen Feng. Shen Feng, I remember this name. He will definitely die in my hands, because the Galaxy Star belongs to me, Saren. Alistair echoed. What Lord Saren said is, how's the situation with Taishu Xuanbing's equipment? Saren continued to ask. Taishu Xuanbing, which was transported back from the Xuanbing galaxy, is equipping the existing mechanical warriors. 80% completed. Before Forrest finished speaking, Black Star God Panra walked in hurriedly. Lord Saren, something has happened. Solon said coldly, why are you so anxious? The god of Neptune, Poseidon, disguised himself as a mechanical warrior and sneaked into Taishu Star at some point, and was even equipped with our Taishu Xuanbing. Oh. Saren was not angry but happy. What are you anxious about? This is good news. Good news. Panla was dumbfounded. What kind of good news is this? This only improves the enemy's strength. Neptune god Poseidon is the star god of justice, and he has a hostile relationship with himself. Not all warriors can use Taishu Xuanbing. Poseidon will undergo changes that even he himself did not expect. What changes? Taishu Xuanbing contains the Milky Way star and my dark energy. That dark energy will corrode Poseidon's energy core, and then he will become one of us. It turns out that is the case, but... Panla hesitated to speak. But what? Solon asked. Poseidon checked the coordinates of the Xuanbing galaxy in our system, and then secretly left the Taishu star. I have now sent the Hidden Wolf team to track it. Ha ha ha. Saren laughed a few times. It doesn't matter, let him go. His leaving will not have any harmful effects on us, and maybe it will be good for us. Yes. Somewhere in space, a blue mechanical ball passed quickly. This mechanical ball is the planet form of Poseidon, the god of Neptune. Ah! Poseidon cried out in pain. The entire mechanical ball lit up with an unusual red light. Immediately, the mechanical ball seemed to be out of control, flying randomly in the universe. After flying for a while, in front of the planet Poseidon, a building floating in the universe, the meteorite transfer station, appeared. He was about to hit him when he saw it. In the meteorite transfer station, there is another star god, Hades, the god of Pluto. At this time, Hades was talking to himself in front of the model of Venus, with a look of obsession on his face. Dear Venus, in my heart, you are the most perfect, boom. The out-of-control Poseidon crashed and indirectly smashed the Venus model into pieces. Hades was shocked, and his anger suddenly surged. My Venus model. The furious Hades was about to fight, but when he looked closely, he saw that the person who broke his Venus model was actually his acquaintance Poseidon. Hades, the god of Pluto, is also one of the righteous cosmic stars and is a teammate with Poseidon. Poseidon, why is it you? Hades said in confusion. The beloved Venus model is gone. The person who destroyed it was actually his brother. There was nowhere to vent his anger. Hades couldn't stand it for a moment. But what happened next? The incident made him even more unbearable. He saw Poseidon's body glowing red, struggling to stand up, and his whole body was shaking uncontrollably, looking very painful. Hades, I'm in so much pain. Poseidon sounded quite struggling. When I heard it, I felt very uncomfortable, as if I was suffering some unbearable pain. Hades joked, what's wrong with you, Poseidon? Have you fallen in love? As soon as he finished speaking, Poseidon's eyes turned from blue to red, and then he stepped out and rushed towards Hades. In front of him, he punched him in the face. Boom. Hades spun 720 degrees in the air and fell to the ground with a thud. This punch directly knocked Hades blind. Hades covered his face with one hand, looked at Poseidon and said in surprise, what are you doing, Poseidon? I'm just kidding, are you crazy? He was obviously the one who was angry. My beloved Venus model was destroyed, and as a result, I was beaten even more. Who is this provoking? Poseidon ignored Hades and continued to attack. Hades was forced to fight back. The two star gods started a battle at the meteorite transfer station, and the fight was inseparable. Poseidon's attack did not hold back at all, but Hades really couldn't make a killing move and could only defend passively. After a long battle, Hades was already at an absolute disadvantage. When Hades was in despair, Poseidon suddenly stopped, and the entire star god floated in the air, trembling violently. Ah! Poseidon covered his head with both hands and shouted to the sky in pain. What's wrong with you, Poseidon? Hades said anxiously. I'm so frustrated today. Now Hades wants to fight but can't fight. He wants to run, but can't run. Poseidon is his friend, and the current Poseidon is obviously there is a problem. What if Poseidon runs away at this time? If he doesn't run, Poseidon will chase him again. Sigh. Why is Hades so helpless today? He could only worry. After a while, Poseidon gradually calmed down and his scarlet eyes returned to their original sea blue. What happened? Poseidon muttered confusedly. Poseidon had no memory of what had just happened. All I remember is that when I was flying in the universe, I suddenly felt very uncomfortable, and then I bumped into Hades. I have no memory of what happened after that. Call. Hades breathed a sigh of relief. You finally woke up. You just went crazy and wanted to kill me. Kill you? Poseidon was shocked. Is there such a thing? I actually want to kill Hades. Yeah, what's wrong with you? Hades asked. I feel a dark force inside me. Poseidon murmured, then thought carefully to himself. I have never had this weird situation before. The most special thing recently is that all the mechanical warriors on Taishu Star are equipped with Taishu Xuanbing, and I, who is disguised as a mechanical warrior, also equips myself in order not to reveal my identity. Taishu Xuanbing. Could it be Taishu Xuanbing? Poseidon had a guess in his mind. Hades was still confused. Why do you have dark power in your body? This is a long story. Listen to me. I suspect that this dark power is caused by Taishu Xuanbing. Taishu Xuanbing. Hades interrupted. Don't interrupt me. I can only temporarily suppress the dark power in my body. There is not much time. Please listen to me carefully. Over the years, I have been lurking on the Taishu planet, hoping to find clues to the disappearance of Saren and Apollo. Not long ago, Forrest found Saren in the Black Ice Galaxy. Apollo may be there. In addition, I also found out that the Milky Way star has reappeared in the universe, and its location is in the solar system. Hades, I now want you to go to Mars to find Ares, and then you can go find the Milky Way star together. Hades asked, aren't you going to come with us? I am going to the Xuanbing Galaxy to find Apollo. After you find the galaxy star, come to the Xuanbing Galaxy to find us. After that, Poseidon turned into a planet form, turned into a stream of light and left the meteorite transfer station. Hello, Hades shouted, but Poseidon had disappeared into the depths of the universe. Alas, it's true. Hades sighed, turned into a planet form and flew quickly in the direction of Mars. That guy Poseidon, will he be okay? Hades was slightly worried. Demon Galaxy, Taishu Star. A star god with mainly black color followed Forrest and came to the palace to meet Saren. Lord Saren, this is the first warrior under the command of the evil star god Carlos, the poisonous scorpion warrior Seymour. Alistair introduced. The black star god immediately knelt down on one knee. Seymour, please see Lord Saren. Why did you bring him here? Solon asked Forrest coldly. Forrest quickly explained. After Carlos died, the position of leader of the killer army became vacant. Seymour has been equipped with Taishu Xuanbing, and his current strength is several times stronger than Carlos before. I want him to take Carlos's place and become the leader of the killer army. I wonder what Lord Saren would like. Saren responded calmly, yes, yes. Seymour said respectfully, thank you, Lord Saren. The evil star god Carlos used to be my boss, and his boss was killed. I want to avenge Carlos, kill those star gods myself, seize the galaxy star, and dedicate it to Lord Saren. Are you sure? Solon asked. Seymour said confidently, isn't it just the flaming star god who appeared out of nowhere? His subordinates are equipped with Taishu Xuanbing, and their strength has greatly increased. They will definitely be able to destroy the flaming star god. Forrest echoed. The mechanical warrior troops currently led by Seymour are all equipped with Taishu Xuanbing, and their combat effectiveness has increased several times compared to the previous Carlos troops. If they take action, there will be no problem. The enemy is relatively strong, just like the blazing star god. It is said that two fists are difficult to defeat with four hands. They are absolutely impossible to be opponents equipped with a large army of Taishu Xuanbing. Once Seymour's army comes out, they will definitely destroy the enemy and seize the victory. Galaxy Star. Okay, Solon responded. Seymour, this is your first battle after taking office. I hope you can come back with a good victory. Yes, Seymour responded and retreated. A moment later, a space battleship flew out from the Taishu star and disappeared into the depths of the universe. Mars outer space. The Spirit spacecraft passed by, its speed slowly dropped, and it landed smoothly on the surface of Mars. In front of the Lingdong is a huge cave with a diameter of hundreds of meters. Next to this huge cave, there are many small caves. There is more than one huge cave, 7 in total. This place is the famous 7 Gentlemen's Cave on Mars. Smart Control Room. Lily and Shen Feng stood in front of the window, looking at the endless cave outside. This is the cave of the 7 gentlemen. The person who spoke was Lily. The human Mars exploration team once explored this place. It is composed of 7 huge interconnected caves, which extend in all directions, like a maze, and there are many small caves in it, which is very complicated. Shen Feng nodded. Well, Ares, the god of Mars, is in the cave of the 7 gentlemen. In my memory, Ares was seriously injured and lost the ability to fly, so he had to hide in this cave. So Ares had to go down and look for him and bring him up. But the cave inside is like a maze, a bit trouble. No matter what, I have to go down there. The situation inside is very complicated. Can I find it if I go down? Lily said worriedly. It's okay, just follow me. Should I go too? Lily asked again. Of course, I won't worry about leaving you here alone. If you come with me, if something goes wrong, I can still protect you. Lily Warner smiled. Okay, I'll go get ready now. Okay, when you are ready, come to me in the middle of the cabin. I will wait for you there. Good. The two of them prepared to go. After a while, Shenfeng entered the Flame Star God Mecha and took Lily off the spacecraft. The three star gods, Gaia, Thesis, and Venus, followed behind him. The four star gods flew up into the sky, flew above the cave, and swooped down into the Seven Gentlemen's Cave. The Seven Gentlemen's Cave was 100 meters deep, and became increasingly narrow as it descended to the ground. So many holes, Lily murmured. At this time, they were surrounded by caves on their front, back, left and right. The diameter of the cave is about 3 meters and the height is about 10 meters, which can accommodate the star god to walk freely. It's very complicated inside. Don't wander around, just follow me. Shenfeng greeted. Before setting off, he used the system to determine the location of Ares. Although the cave is as complicated as a maze, it is right to follow the system's route. The life of cheating is simple. Blazing Star the god took the lead and walked into one of the caves. The three star gods Gaia, Venus and Thesis followed behind the Flame Star god, and the three star gods remained silent in Shenfeng's hands. There is nothing wrong with following him. The four star gods walked inside for a while. Everything was as Shenfeng said. The situation in the cave was very complicated, and there were many forks in the cave. Shenfeng could always face the forks. Set a direction with confidence and move forward. At the same time, outside the Seven Gentlemen's Cave. In the sky above where the Ling Dong spacecraft was parked, a huge spaceship appeared and landed steadily next to the Ling Dong spacecraft. The cabin door opened, and the Scorpion warrior Seymour came down with a group of mechanical warriors. Finally found, Seymour murmured. This spaceship is the spaceship of the Blazing Star God and his companions. It seems that no one is inside. Seymour pointed to the two mechanical warriors behind him and ordered, "You two, go over there. Investigate the situation." Yes. The two mechanical warriors ran over quickly. After exploring for a while, they ran back. "Lord Seymour, there is no one on the ship." Hearing this, Seymour smiled ghostly. "No one. God is really helping me. The Blazing Star God and the others must be looking for other star gods on Mars. Regardless of whether they are found or not, they will definitely come back to this broken spaceship. Just set up an ambush around here and conduct a sneak attack when they come back. Hee. They will die here." All mechanical warriors obey orders. More than 100 mechanical warriors stood at attention at the same time. Hide ambush around and obey my orders. Action. Yes. A group of mechanical warriors quickly dispersed, with Lingley as the center, looking for hiding places and hiding in all directions. At the same time, Seymour's space battleship took off and flew to outer space to wait for news. The surroundings of Lingley's spacecraft returned to calm, as if nothing happened never appeared in general. The Kijunzi cave is very deep from the ground, and the cave passages inside are intricate. Shenfeng focused on the situation in the cave and did not notice the arrival of the Seymour battleship. All my thoughts are on searching for Ares, the god of Mars. Shenfeng, haven't you arrived yet? Lily's voice sounded. I have been walking in this cave for a long time, and the cave is like a maze. I am completely lost. If I let myself go out again, I will definitely not be able to find the original way. Inside this cave it was connected in all directions, with too many forks in the road. Leon Star God looked at the lovely beauty sitting on his palm, and Shenfeng's relaxed voice sounded. That's almost it. Let's walk a few hundred meters further. As he spoke, Shenfeng pointed to the bullet holes on the cave wall. Have you seen these bullet holes? They should have been made by Ares, the god of Mars. Lily nodded and agreed. Well, I found out that there were no such bullet holes in the caves I walked through before. Starting from the section just now, there were more of these bullet holes. By the way, isn't Ares, the god of Mars, the star god of the universe? How come there are such things as bullets? Lily continued to ask. There are indeed many bullet holes in the wall, but they seem to be caused by low-power weapons. This low-power weapon cannot be believed to be used by the universe star god. It is more like those ordinary mechanical warriors. A low-end weapon that he knows how to use. Shen Feng continued, Ares, the god of Mars, is a weapons expert type of cosmic star god. He seems to be equipped with a Gatling machine gun that can shoot endless bullets. When I was watching the show, I never saw him loading bullets. I just saw him firing bullets randomly as if he was free. Gaia smiled and explained, the ones Ares uses are called light bullets, not bullets. They are made by him. It is formed by the aggregation of interstellar energy. The star gods of our universe all have their own interstellar energy, which can be restored by itself or can be accelerated by absorbing light energy, so Ares's light bombs cannot be used in full. Oh, Shen Feng nodded, so that's it. I'm just saying, bullets can be squandered as if they don't cost money. Money. Venus wondered, what is money? Well. Shen Feng was speechless. These star gods don't like the fireworks of the world and don't know what money is. It seems quite normal. It's nothing, it's something that has nothing to do with you, so don't worry about it. That's it. The two people and the three star gods were chatting while moving forward. The further they went in, the more bullet holes on the walls became denser. Those pitiful cave walls were beaten like a hornet's nest. Ares is not afraid of destroying this cave. Ares. Gaia's shout sounded. The sound spread rapidly in the cave. I am Gaia, Ares, can you hear me? Gaia shouted as he walked. The bullet marks here are already so dense, Ares must be here. Boom boom boom. The ground was shaking slightly. Feeling the vibration, Shen Feng immediately stopped. This feeling, it was like there was a huge monster in front of them, stamping on the ground and running towards them. The movement was so loud, it was like the cave was about to collapse. Stones and dust kept falling from the surrounding earth walls and the top of the cave. Shen Feng put a hand on Lily's head to prevent the falling stones from hurting her. Lily was secretly happy, and the corners of her mouth could not help but rise slightly. She didn't know when she started to like being in danger. It felt like. A moment later, an earth-yellow robot flashed out of a hole in front and appeared in their sight. Gaia, Tethys, Venus, it's you. The khaki robot's surprised voice sounded. Ares, you are indeed here. Gaia ran up excitedly. Although I knew Ares was here, I was still happy when I actually saw him. When Ares appeared, Shen Feng looked at him a few times. The mecha on Ares was somewhat broken, and there were signs of damage. It was obvious that he had been injured before. Moreover, Ares must have stayed in this place for a long time. The mecha was stained with a lot of dust and looked very dirty. His right hand is equipped with a rocket launcher, his left hand is equipped with a Gatling machine gun, and the armor on his elbows and back is also equipped with many missile ports. Probably, this is what is called fully armed. The name of the cosmic star god who is a weapons expert is well deserved for Ares. Ares said excitedly, after hundreds of millions of years of waiting, I have finally arrived for you. Gaia asked doubtfully, Ares, why are you here? Alas. Ares sighed, didn't Apollo and Saturn disappear from the universe after that battle? I began to search for the whereabouts of Apollo everywhere in the universe. When I found Mars, I unexpectedly encountered Forrest, who also came here to look for Saturn. Forrest and I had a fight on Mars, but I was no match for him. Fortunately, Poseidon arrived in time to save me, so I saved my life and hid here. However, my flight system was damaged during the battle with Forrest and I was unable to fly, so there was no way to leave here. Gaia continued to ask, didn't Poseidon save you? Where is Poseidon? Poseidon disguised himself as a mechanical warrior, infiltrated into Forrest's mechanical warrior army, and left with Forrest's battleship. He said he wanted to go into Taishu Star to investigate the situation and see if Apollo was in Taishu Star. Gaia nodded, so that's it. Ares glanced at the others, and finally his eyes rested on Venus. Venus I. Needless to say, Ares just started, Venus interrupted him and tilted her head to the side. I know what you want to say, and I also know that you will not forgive me. During the Star God War, Venus couldn't face the fact that Saturn betrayed Odin, so she abandoned Ares, who was fighting with him, and chose to escape alone. In the end, Ares was surrounded. What happened in the end? Nas was not very sure. When he learned the news later, it was that Ares was seriously injured, so Venus had been blaming herself for these years and had no face to face Ares. Reese would never end up in this situation. Because he had the unique skill of space spin, it would be no problem at all for him to retreat. Ares smiled innocently and said, "No, actually I have already forgiven you, real." Hearing this, Venus's heart was touched. Ares continued, "Venus, I know that Saturn was once kind to you, and he taught you your time and space spin, so I can completely understand your behavior at that time. I have forgiven you a long time ago. Why don't you just get hurt? For me, it is a trivial matter." Ares. Venus's voice was choked with sobs. Okay, what are you doing?" Venus blamed herself, "But I can't forgive myself. For so many years, I have been living in seclusion on Venus, refusing to find other partners. What I dare not do the most is to face you. Hey, it's all over, no need to mention it again." Ares waved his hand, "Aren't you always insisting on Alton's mission? We are still partners fighting side by side, right?" Venus nodded affirmatively. Ares's generosity completely untied the knot in Venus's heart. It also strengthened her determination to protect the galaxy star and fight against the dark star god together. "By the way, how did you find this place?" Ares asked doubtfully. "The Seven Gentlemen's Cave is very large, and the inside is as complicated as a maze. When I first hid in it, I couldn't find where I was. I was completely lost in it. I stayed there for several years. I finally figured out what was going on in the Seven Gentlemen's Cave. I was in the deepest cave of the Seven Gentlemen's Cave, but it was incredible that Gaia and the others came to the door. Come on, let me introduce to you, this is the flame star god Shen Feng, and this is his girlfriend Lily." "What are you talking about?" Lily immediately interrupted. "This Gaia, why are you talking nonsense? When did you become Shen Feng's girlfriend?" "Nonsense. Is not it?" Gaia asked back. As the Earth star god, Gaia has been on the Earth for many years, and he still knows a little about some of the reproduction situations of human beings. Before humans can reproduce, they must first have a boyfriend and girlfriend. Most of them the situation is like this. Of course not, don't talk nonsense. Lily tilted her head to one side, her face feeling a little hot. Shen Feng in the mecha was secretly happy. Lily's shy look was clearly visible. His face seemed a little red. Looks like there's drama. Gaia is a divine assist. Shen Feng took the initiative to answer and said, "Gaia, don't talk nonsense, you haven't even finished these horoscopes yet." Gaia smiled knowingly, "Then you're not very good, Shen Feng, you haven't even taken this yet." Shen Feng was speechless. How could this Gaia still say such things? Is this still the Gaia we know? Ridiculous. This guy is not a human, but a cosmic star god. Lily lowered her head, her face so red that water could drip from her face. This Gaia can really talk nonsense. Are you talking without thinking? Isn't this encouraging Shen Feng to chase him? Although she didn't seem to mind that much. Gaia wisely changed the topic, pointed at Ares, and continued to introduce. This is Ares, the god of Mars, a master of frontal assault. His defense power and frontal firepower are both incredible. Ares waved his hand and laughed at himself. Okay, don't brag. You are so powerful. If you are strong enough, you won't be seriously injured by others. You can only hide in this place. A frontal charge needs to withstand the enemy's powerful firepower, and injuries are inevitable. Well, Ares sighed with a wry smile and shook his head. That was all in the past. Now I am a useless star god. The flight system is damaged, and even this cave cannot be flown out. Let alone go out and fight again. Don't sigh. Gaia patted Ares on the shoulder, now the galaxy star is in Shen Feng's hands. It is the power of the galaxy star that guided us to find you. Galaxy star. Ares' eyes lit up. After the star god war, the galaxy star disappeared with Apollo and the others. Gaia and the others were responsible for finding the galaxy star, while he was responsible for finding Apollo. Have you found the galaxy star? Ares confirmed again happily. Gaia nodded. Then, he briefly told his experience of meeting Shen Feng. Ares also knew the general situation. It would be great to find the Milky Way star, but... As he spoke, Ares's tone changed from joyful to heavy. There is no use for you to come to me. Now I am a waste. My flight system has been damaged and I have no combat capability at all. I will only hold you back. Shen Feng answered, don't worry about this, we will find a way to fix it for you. I remember that there was a maintenance spaceship in the original drama, and the star god was very good at repairing the universe. As long as he found the maintenance spaceship and repaired Ares, it only took a matter of minutes. After hearing what Shen Feng said, Ares looked at as soon as he lit up. He said happily, "Is what you said true? Of course, or do you want to continue hiding in this hole?" Shen Feng asked with a smile. "How can it be?" Ares immediately retorted, "I have wanted to leave this crappy place for a long time, but I can't fly. There is no way to leave Mars, so I can only stay here." "That's fine, just come with us. Come on, let's get out of here first." "Good." Ares responded decisively. It was a voice full of hope. The flame star god walked in front, and the 4 star gods followed him and walked toward the cave exit. Mars outer space. A black mechanical ball flew over, slowly slowed down, and then quickly transformed into a cosmic star god whose main color was black. This cosmic star god is Hades, the god of Pluto. The reason why he came to Mars was because of the reminder from the god of Neptune, Poseidon, who asked him to come here to look for the god of Mars, Ares. "Then, let's go look for the Milky Way star together." At this time, in the cosmic space far in front of Hades, there was a space battleship floating. That battleship belongs to the Dark Star God. Hades was secretly shocked. How could the Dark Star God's space battleship be in the outer space of Mars? Are they here to hunt down Ares? No, we have to find Ares quickly. Thinking of this, Hades transformed into a planet form again, bypassing the space battleship and flying towards the surface of Mars. The space battleship was Seymour's space battleship floating in outer space, because he was afraid that the target of the battleship would be too large and would affect his ability to ambush the Flame Star God. What Dis didn't know was that there were no enemies in the battleship. He was usually hunted by the Dark Star God, so when he saw the Dark Star God's battleship, his first reaction was to run away. It was no longer a matter of a year or two, but a matter of 100 million or 200 million years. Hades, in the form of a planet, flew quickly over Mars and soon found a rock outside the 7 Gentlemen Cave on Mars. Finally, Hades noticed several mechanical warriors hiding there. "You guys, don't even think about hurting Ares." Hades quickly transformed into his original form and swooped down with a bident in hand. The Dark Star God's space battleship couldn't be offended, so these mechanical warriors were killed casually. Moreover, this was to save the Mars god Rec. Hades slashed down with his halberd, killing all the mechanical warriors. Boom! The flames exploded, and Seymour, who was hiding behind a rock, heard the explosion. Looking towards the direction of the explosion, he shouted angrily. "What happened? Didn't I ask you to obey my instructions?" A mechanical warrior hurriedly ran to Seymour. "Lord Seymour, Hades, the god of Pluto, appeared and killed 5 of our mechanical warriors." "What?" Seymour was furious. "Hades, god of Pluto. Why did you appear here at this time? I have already laid out my ambush. When the Flame Star God appears, he will be able to successfully attack and kill him, and then capture the Galaxy Star and present it to Lord Saren. Then he will be reused by Lord Saren and reach the pinnacle of Star God." But at this critical moment, Hades came to disrupt the situation. "Hateful. Wait until I kill him myself." Seymour flew into the air and quickly flew towards the direction where the mechanical warrior exploded just now. Hades just flew up from behind the stone, and the 2 star gods met in the air. "Seymour, it's you." Seeing the flying Dark Star God, Hades shouted. Seymour is a fierce member of the Dark Star God's killer group, and Hades naturally recognized him. "Hades, you came at the wrong time." Seymour suddenly accelerated and approached Hades in the blink of an eye. The large scorpion pincers on his arms clamped directly towards Hades' neck. As long as the neck is clamped, he can be killed with one blow. Hades quickly opened it with a halberd. Seymour's scorpion pincers flew backward at the same time, widening the distance. "This guy. I remember that he was not so fast before, why does he feel that he has become stronger?" Hades was secretly shocked and at the same time cheered up. Seymour is a ruthless star god who specializes in targeting the enemy's lower 3 lanes and conducting sneak attacks from behind. If you are not careful, you may die before Ares. The attack failed, and Seymour rushed out again. Hades was not weak and rushed forward at the same time. The 2 star gods fought together, at the same time. The bottom of one of the huge caves in the Seven Gentlemen Cave. 5 star gods including Leon Star God were standing at the bottom of the cave, looking up at the sky above. The distance between the bottom of the cave and the ground of Mars is more than 100 meters, which is equivalent to the height of about 40 stories of a human building. Standing at the bottom of the cave, Shen Feng heard some sounds of fighting coming from above. Shen Feng frowned slightly and said, "There seems to be something going on above. Did you hear any sounds?" Thesis nodded, "Well, although the sound was very weak, there seems to be someone fighting outside." As a sniper Hans, Tethys is still very sensitive to sound. Gaia wondered, "Is there any? Why can't I hear anything?" "That's because your ears don't work well." Forehead. Gaia is speechless. "There may be something going on up there. To ensure safety, let's go up and investigate the situation first." After saying that, Shen Feng put Lily down. "Lily, you and Ares stay down there first, while the others and I go up and take a look." "Uh-huh." Lily responded obediently. "Be careful not to use the Wanian ship." "Good." Ares also responded. "Let's go." The armor on the back of the Flame Star God was seen spraying power jets, and the huge body flew into the air, quickly flying towards the exit above. The 3 star gods, Thesis, Gaia and Venus, followed behind him. For as soon as Star God came out of the cave, he heard a loud shout. Fire! Surrounding the 4 star gods, countless artillery fire burst towards them. Shen Feng cursed angrily and quickly transformed into a planet form. The planet form of the universe star god can significantly improve the defense. Boom! Countless artillery fire hit the outer armor of the flame star god planet form and exploded one after another. The raging flames burned their bodies. The shape was completely submerged. At the bottom of the cave, Lily was shocked when she saw the explosion flames above, and couldn't help shouting, "Shen Feng! There is an ambush up there. Will Shen Feng be okay?" Ares comforted, "I was nervous. They all turned into planet form just now. An attack of that level cannot hurt them." "Really?" Lily is still very worried. "Of course, I am a weapons expert. Even if I can hurt them with my little firepower, it will only be a minor injury. If our cosmic star god could be killed so easily, we would all be dead long ago." Hearing Ares' calm tone, Lily's nervous heart relaxed a little. "Do you care about that human named Shen Feng?" Ares asked. He couldn't pretend to be anxious just now. Lily was stunned for a moment, but nodded. The heart-wrenching feeling just now was too strong. "If you say you don't care, that's a lie." Ares comforted. "Don't worry, with Venus here, no matter what enemies they encounter, they will be fine. With Venus's ability to spin time and space, it is not a big deal to cover everyone's retreat. Difficult matter. Except of course for Saren. The time and space spin was taught to Venus by Saren, so that ability was naturally useless to Saren. But how could Saren appear in such a place? Therefore, they are definitely not in danger. I hope so." Lily clasped her hands together, praying secretly, and stared up at the sky. The flames in the sky gradually dissipated, and the figures of the star gods were no longer visible. Outside the 7 Gentlemen Cave, the 4 star gods including the blazing star god spread out, changed from the planet form to the original form, and began to attack the mechanical warriors ambushing around them. Seymour, who was fighting Hades, gritted his teeth when he saw the fighting going on. Has it already appeared? What a bad luck. Because of the appearance of Hades, the effect of the ambush sneak attack was greatly reduced. If it weren't for Hades, he would have severely injured those star gods by now. Seeing several star gods appear, Hades was also surprised. Why are there so many star gods? Gaia, the Earth star god. Tethys, the Mercury god. Goddess Venus. There is another one. I haven't seen it yet. Wait, why is the Mars god Ares not here? Do you think Poseidon is lying to me? Is he there? It's not Ares who's on Mars, but Venus and the others. But who cares, there are several other star gods here, the odds of winning are greatly improved now. The most important thing is that the goddess Venus is here. Hey, Seymour, now you're done. Hades said excitedly. It's all because of you. Hades, I'll kill you. Seymour roared angrily, and quickly swept out, getting close and then swept past him with a kick. Hades blocked the first move quickly, but could not block the second move. Seymour took advantage of the situation and counterattacked with another kick. Hades didn't react in time and was kicked away. Bang! Hades fell to the ground and slid several meters away, just at the feet of the blazing star god. He slashed past and blasted away all the mechanical warriors in front of him. Shen Feng glanced at the embarrassed Hades at his feet and said with a smile, "Hades, god of Pluto, I didn't expect you to appear here and be beaten in such a mess." Ah. Hades, the god of Pluto, was a type when watching the show. He likes Venus, the god of Venus. He has an impulsive personality and average fighting ability. Hades was surprised when Shen Feng called out his name. Standing up with one hand on the ground. "Who are you? Why do you know me? If you want to introduce yourself, let's wait until the battle is over." Shen Feng looked at Seymour beside him, and then scanned the surrounding mechanical warriors. The only leader was Seymour. The others were all mechanical warriors. However, these mechanical warriors were better than those of the previous Carlos troops. The mechanical warriors are much stronger. These mechanical warriors should be equipped with Taishu Xuanbing. Otherwise, Seymour should not dare to come to him alone. I really didn't expect that there would be an ambush outside the Seven Gentlemen's Cave. If Hades hadn't arrived and fought with Seymour outside, he would have been in danger if he brought Lily up with him. In the world of the universe star god, you really can't be careless for a moment. The current plot has changed a lot from the plot seen on TV. Seymour should not have led the troops here in the first place. Appear. Ding. Release the system task. Eliminate the poisonous scorpion warrior Seymour. Closing square bracket. The voice of the system sounded in Shen Feng's mind. Mission reward. Space bracelet. Closing square bracket. Shen Feng was startled when he heard the words, space bracelet. This stuff sounds pretty good upon hearing it. Although I am very interested in knowing what the space bracelet looks like, the most important thing now is to kill Seymour. Seymour also had the same idea. The flame star god Shen Feng is an enemy that must be killed. Because it was him who killed his boss, Lord Evil Star God. The most important thing is that the galaxy star is in his hands. He must be killed and the galaxy star be taken back. Seymour was about to rush out when Venus suddenly appeared in front of him, slamming down the 7-spin gun in his hand. Seymour reacted very quickly. He raised the scorpion pincer on his arm and clamped the 7-rotation gun. Sparks flew everywhere. "Venus, this matter has nothing to do with you, so why should you interfere? I just want to get the galaxy star and kill the flame star god," Seymour said coldly. Seymour's purpose is very clear. He has no interest in other star gods at all. Don't even think about it. Venus roared angrily and swept out with a fierce kick. Seymour curled up his hands to block her attack and easily blocked her attack. What? Venus was secretly surprised. How has Seymour's strength improved so much? Hundreds of millions of years ago, it would have been easy for him to defeat Seymour. But now, Seymour can actually block his own attack easily. Seymour threatened, "I suggest you have some self-awareness, otherwise your fate will be the same as that flame star god." Venus said angrily, "Not only do you rely on the strength of numbers, but you also engage in sneak attack, and you are still threatening me now. I, Venus, will not accept your tricks. In this case, don't blame me for being rude." Seymour shook Venus's legs with force, and at the same time flicked the scorpion pincer holding the 7-spinning gun, throwing Venus away. The flame star god instantly appeared behind Venus, and then Venus, who was shot backwards, looked at the two star gods who were in close contact, while Hades on the side looked at him with his hands on his head. My goddess. Thanks for watching.